Hey, what's up, guys? Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Today, I'm going to be diving into the review for the brand new mini comic that comes with MOTU Origins Wave 8, Sunman Rises. Now, the cover for this seems to be going for a very comical approach. It's like the art mandate was make damn sure Skeletor and Clawful look super shocked that Sunman's here. Because both of them seem to be gasping in fright. Okay, they're like, on the cover, Sunman looks totally jacked. And I did mention in the review for Sunman that he looks nothing like his comic book appearance. And for that matter, neither does Clawful look anything like his action figure. Clawful on the cover here actually kind of looks like an extra from Sesame Street. Or maybe even like something from Jim Henson's Muppet Show. Now, the story starts off right smack in the middle of an all-out action scene. He-Man is seen here smashing his way through a platoon of Horde troopers. What's interesting is that there's no caption that sets up the scene or explains anything about where we are. There sometimes might be an opening caption that says something like somewhere in Eternia, or maybe just like just outside Castle Grayskull. But there's nothing like that here. We just see He-Man racking up some Horde troopers, and I kind of like it, alright? I like it when a story just goes straight into the action without anything preceding it. While He-Man is occupied, Skeletor and Clawful are inside Snake Mountain, scheming and conniving, thick as thieves. Skeletor tells Clawful that by using something called the Orb of Horrors, he is now able to locate worlds in the multiverse that do not have a Castle Grayskull in them, and as such, do not have a He-Man either. The power of these worlds will be his. I was kinda curious though as to why Skeletor would choose to have Clawful beside him at an important time like this, instead of somebody a little bit smarter like say Evelyn. But then, through the doorway opened by the orb, a mysterious and familiar figure steps through. Clawful is the first one to react. He goes, "He-Man?" Now, this is one of the most accepted ways in pop culture to introduce a variant or doppelganger of an established character. There's always a scene where somebody thinks it's them, but it's not. The thing that could be He-Man appears to be stunned and confused as to where he is. Clawful then advances towards him, giant claw sharpened and ready, deciding to show some good old hospitality by giving him a solid and proper welcome. But this darker and deadlier version of He-Man is not going to be taking any shit from some overgrown walking lobster, and he just swats Clawful aside like a bathtub toy. Skeletor appears impressed that there's an evil version of He-Man that comes from a world without a Castle Grayskull. The anti-Eternia He-Man states that his power instead comes from that of Castle Hellskull. The Lord of Destruction is certain now that this guy has to be on Team Skeletor, and he proposes a team up. But the evil He-Man has other ideas instead. He'll just take Snake Mountain for himself. There's a cool scene here with Skeletor unleashing a Havoc Staff blast straight at anti-He-Man. But he just takes it in and he goes, "My turn." Skeletor then just gets tossed aside like some flimsy rag doll. Now, with even Skeletor out of his way, there's nothing that appears to be able to stop the anti-Eternia He-Man from using the Orb of Horrors to command the entire multiverse. All hope seems lost. But then, just at the brink of total darkness, a bright light comes shining through. Stepping through one of the open portals, it's Sunman! He goes, "Wicked One, your threat over my home Trafixa ends here, for I am Sunman, and I light the way." But the anti-Eternia He-Man is not going to be putting up with any of this bright bullshit, and he just goes, "Light this, sucker!" Pow! But because of Sunman's unbreakable magical melanin skin, there isn't a single punch in the universe that can stop him. So he just lays out the anti-Eternia He-Man cold with a single blow and then sends him hurtling straight back into the portal, back to whichever pit of darkness he came from. Sunman then hears the raging cries of battle from outside Snake Mountain and decides to rush to He-Man's aid. And just like that, he becomes a member of the Masters of the Universe. Now, I do have to say that I found this mini comic to be particularly enjoyable, which was a surprise as most of the books so far have seemed rushed and underdeveloped. This one, however, seems to be able to make the most out of its page limitations and still deliver a satisfying story. And it was fun seeing both Sunman and the anti-Eternal He-Man both appear. And I gotta say that even with such a brief appearance by Sunman, the simple line he says in the story about wanting to eliminate the anti-Eternal He-Man because of the threat that he poses to Sunman's homeworld of Trafixa, that line alone creates more intrigue and offers a more compelling and realistic reason for Sunman's presence in the Masters of the Universe, even more so than what the actual action figure could offer. Okay guys, so that's the video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. And as always, I thank all of you for joining me once again for another session here on the Retro Toy Escapades YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll catch all of you guys again real soon with more content. Thank you.